Hey, it's your boy Terrence K. Williams here, aka Cousin T, and I am here with the founder of Noble Gold, Collin Plume.
Thanks for having me.
How's it going, man?
Hey, excited to be here.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Now, before we jump into gold, let's talk about chicken.
Okay, I love it.
I was watching the Charlie Kirk show.
Uh-huh.
And I heard you did a chicken commercial.
I did a church.
And everybody know I love chicken.
Yeah,
I just love chicken.
Yeah, you're the chicken guy.
So we got to talk about chicken.
I did a church's chicken commercial when I was about 10 years old. I got connected in there, and basically I was just wearing a baseball uniform, and we just had to eat chicken. That was it. We just ate chicken, and as we're eating, we're going through. There was a lot of takes, maybe 60 takes, and I realized off camera there was a woman with a bucket, but they never said like anything to us. So I kind of figured out third, fourth take. Oh, after the shot, she'll come over, and I could spit the chicken out. I figured this out, but I had my two friends who didn't realize there was a spit bucket for anything. So they were eating 60 takes of fry and smiling and the whole thing. So my friend's mom called me up that night, or called my mom up and said, "Hey, how's Collin? How's he feeling?" Collin's he's dead asleep. Oh, my, throwing up and sick because they ate 60 takes of fried chicken.
So what, like 60 pieces of fried chicken?
60 pieces of fried
60
chicken.
pieces?
Yeah, it was a lot, and I don't know why they needed that many takes, but yeah, so that was my sort of claim to fame. It's somewhere out there on the internet. Church's Chicken.
Church's Chicken used to be good back in the day.
It used to be good.
Oh,
yeah.
those biscuits too?
Yeah. Oh, it
those
used to be good.
Sweet Church's Chicken biscuits?
Yeah. It was delicious. Yeah.
You know, if you have ever bought chicken from Church's Chicken, anytime you order fries, there was always a piece of okra
in the fries.
Yeah. Always a piece of okra.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's a little bit on the side.
But 60 pieces of chicken, I could have done that easily.
Yo,
I wouldn't have needed a spit bucket. I ain't spit no chicken out. Eat that damn chicken.
Well, I'm surprised you could eat that much chicken.
Man.
You look like a very svelte guy, so maybe you got a wooden leg or something.
That was one of the best opportunities ever, it sounds like.
Free chicken, right?
Free chicken.
Yeah. Well, actually, I got paid for it, too, so it was even better. But, yeah, no, it was a great experience, and did some other things after that, some theater stuff, but that was the end of my...
So you never been in, like, any movies or TV shows?
No, nothing like that. Yeah. Just straight into the business world.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I did a movie. I was in a movie, one of my first movies. It was called, what was it called? I don't even want to say it because it
Come on, now you can't open it up that and not say what the movie is.
It's so ghetto. But what was it called? It was called Pizza. It was called Pizza Joint or something like that.
Okay.
And
who was it?
My role was I was one of the sign flippers.
Like on the side of the road?
On the side of the road. I was one of the sign flippers.
Okay.
I was dressed in some pizza attire. And my trolls on the internet, they always remind me, we seen that movie, that pizza movie, and it was so terrible, and okay, Pizza Man.
Yeah.
But so I applied I was a sign flipper, but the only reason why I wanted to be a sign flipper is because at this pizza place, they were putting marijuana in the pizza sauce.
Uh-huh.
So in the movie, I only applied so that I can get high off the pizza.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then you're in the movie, and now you're getting trolled.
Yeah, so I'm in the movie, and I'm doing all this sign flipping. Like, it looks like I'm like a pro at it. But then in reality, I'm moving all slow because
you're stoned.
Because I'm stoned.
Yeah.
But in my head, I mean, I'm like Jackie Chan out there, just just flipping the sign. But anyways,
I gotta check it out.
Yeah. But so tell us about Noble Gold.
Noble Gold, yeah. So Noble Gold is a company where we educate people on precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium.
Yeah.
Something I sort of fell into. I'd collected coins as a kid. My grandfather gave me some silver coins. And then I tried a few different careers. I was in commercial real estate, insurance. I liked financial things. I liked talking about money and finances and protecting people's future. And I sort of fell back into the precious metal space about 14 years ago. And read a few books about money and what was happening with inflation, and my eyes just kind of opened up because I think people don't really realize how bad it is with our, the dollar's lost 99% of its value over the last 80 years.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you just go back 10 years and you look at what $20 can buy and what it can buy today, I mean, inflation is really a silent killer.
Yeah.
And no one really talked about it in the whole time I've been in the business till about 2 or 3 years ago when inflation hit 9%.
Yeah.
And then people were like, man, they went to the store and they're like, man, things are expensive.
Yeah, it
But
is.
that was always happening. It was always happening, just on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
But then it really got thrown in our face about 2 years ago after, a lot of it had to do after COVID, a lot of the money printing that we were doing, a lot of the money that was thrown out there, all this aid that some of it was needed, some of it wasn't needed. And it's funny, I always talk about this. Even today, there's these loans that business owners can get.
This show is sponsored by Noble Gold, the first sponsor to believe in me. Thank you, Noble Gold. Y'all, the US dollar is losing value every single day. It's called inflation. And the Biden administration isn't doing anything about it. They don't care. And from now and through the next election, they still won't care. The current government, the Biden administration, these people can print as much money as they want. That means the value of your dollar and my dollar is in trouble, and so is your future. So make sure you protect the money you already have. People, please protect your money. Invest in Noble Gold. Invest in gold. Gold protects against rising inflation, recession, and will protect your retirement, which is really important. Noble Gold can help you invest in gold. Contact them now and you'll get a 24 karat gold standard coin for free. And I love free, okay? But anyways, people, call Noble Gold now at 877-646-5347 and mention my name or click the link in the description. Noble Gold, the only gold company for you.
I can get, I talk about this a lot. Even today, 3 years after COVID, I can get $26,000 per employee that was employed during COVID today.
Today?
Yeah. I mean, and people wonder why we're in such a bad financial situation.
So you don't think that's a good thing?
Well, I don't need it.
Right.
My business went well. Okay, if I needed it, I would have got it back then.
Yeah.
But today, I get a call. I literally get a call or email every day because there's these brokers out there. They make a commission on it, and I'm like, I'm not going to take if I don't need it. I didn't need it. We were okay. We actually, our business actually grew during COVID. It actually got better. So I'm not going to go out. There's people that needed that money. They should take it. But why is it still available today? $26,000. I mean, the amount of employees that's like $600,000-$700,000 I could take, and it's free, and I would never have to pay it back ever. But I don't, because when your business is growing, you don't need to do those things. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
So is that the employee retention credit thing?
It is, absolutely. And I'm sure you see it on
Is the money you have to pay, do you have to pay that back?
No, you don't.
So you can get $26,000 per employee.
Yep.
But that's only if you had employees during COVID.
During that time period, yeah.
And now, per employee. Now, is it double if they are they, them?
Great question. Great question.
I mean, that's a good. Hey,
I don't know. It's a good question. Listen, 26,000 is enough. I would say for most people.
But think about it.
Yeah, 52,000. 52,000.
If the government is starting to, and our government right now, I mean, even in the military, they are respecting people's pronouns and using they/them. So if the federal government is recognizing people as they/them,
I should get 52,000.
you should get 52,000. You should get
1.2 million, maybe I should be collecting.
Yeah, you should get 52,000 per if it's a they them.
Yeah, no.
And if they try to come at you and the government, they send you a letter, saying, "Hey, buddy, you're in trouble."
Yeah,
you probably have a case.
I could.
You probably have a case.
But I don't. But here's the thing. That's when you are blessed the way I'm blessed in this country that that I've been able to have a lot of success and to grow a business and to employ people. You get to make choices.
Right.
You get to make choices as an entrepreneur. You make choices about how you want your legacy to be, and this is one of the things that it's a line in the sand that says, like, if I needed it, the people that need it should get that money, and the people that don't need it shouldn't collect it.
Yeah.
And I've had other friends that are business owners talk to me every day about, you should get that money. Why are you getting it? It's free, this and that. And it's not about it being free or if I can get it. It's about leaving integrity in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's been one of the big things about Noble Gold in my business, is that we grew during the pandemic. People started to see what was going on, and people's eyes were open. The equity stock markets haven't been doing that great the last few years. Inflation has been really high. So I think people are looking at alternative investments and they're going, I need to learn about this stuff now.
Yeah.
And it's coming to the forefront. And that's been a big part of our success at Noble Gold.
Got you. Now, I like what you said about how, you have been blessed, and you're not going to take something that you don't need.
Correct.
Why do you think some people that are blessed, doing really well,
Yeah.
and still scam?
I
still
think,
take things that they don't need?
I think when especially as an entrepreneur, not to defend anyone, but I do think, like, when you start a business, like when you started out, and I started out, we were trying to just find opportunities, right? And you're scrounging, and you're trying to, make $1 out of 15 cents. You know what I mean? Like, you're really trying to put it together. Once you hit it, I think for a lot of people, it's hard to turn that off.
Yeah.
And so they're always looking for another way to make it, even though they probably have enough, right? They probably have enough. And so now, a big part of what I do is really at Noble Gold is the legacy of the company, making sure that the employees are putting, saving and investing and getting ready for their futures. And, so a lot of my job now is really to leave this on to the next legacy and make sure that the people that work for us are in the right place. And that's a big part of what I do day to day. And then, get involved with other businesses, as we were talking offline.
Right.
You're in the chicken business. I got a hot sauce business.
Yeah.
So, obviously looking for other, and that's the cool thing is, like, you're starting your business, Cousin T's.
Yeah, Cousin T's Pancakes.
Cool, really cool. So funny. We were talking before we got on that you got this chicken business and I got this hot sauce thing. And
what is the hot sauce called again?
Toomey Coco.
Toomey Coco.
Yeah, with my friend Jason Full of, great chef. I want to introduce you to him. I think you'd really like him. But, so now it's like, you got this thing going on, and now you're just looking at the world and creating opportunities and looking at what's available. And obviously building something is exciting. So that's a lot of what I'm doing day to day now.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. So you just started a gold company. Mm-hmm. Like, who do you call to start a gold? Like, where do you find the gold at? Are you out there digging for gold?
Am I panning for gold?
Yeah. Are
Great
you digging
question.
for gold?
Yeah. It's not at that point now.
Yeah.
And I love all those gold shows on TV where they're out there panning and they're trying to find gold. No, it's we sell bullion coins and bars, and we do buy them from all over the world. We buy them from the U.S. mints. We buy them from private mints all over the world. So at the beginning, it's sort of hard because nobody knows who you are.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I want to buy some other, who are you? Are you legitimate? But once now, I mean, we last year we did over $500 million in sales.
Wow.
So we've been around now. People know us. And, so now it gets a little bit easier to go. And during the pandemic, we were lucky we had already sort of established ourselves because gold and silver were impossible to get. I mean, it was just going like gangbusters. And luckily, I was able to pick up a lot of gold and a lot of silver kind of early on. And that was able to, because a lot of my competitors had no metal left. I mean, you go to their website, it would say none, none, none. And we were still able to sell because I bought a lot kind of early on, came out of my pocket and said, listen, I know where things are going. So we bought a lot. We never ran out of gold and silver during the pandemic.
So when did you start this company?
I started, Noble Gold was in 2016, but I started in the business about 7 years. So I've been in the business about 14 years.
About 14 years?
Yeah, so I've been on the gold sale for silver sale for a long time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
500 million.
Yeah, 500 million. Yeah, it was quite a year, but I think that our reputation is great, and the people that
y'all are helping a lot of people too.
We educate. The thing I wanted to do when we started the business was really give education on precious metals and alternative investments. And as people go out there and try to get education, they realize that they couldn't get a lot of good information.
Yeah.
It was bad information. They would tell them to buy certain things that were wrong. So I wanted to create a company where they could get a lot of information and they could talk to a person like we're talking today. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
They're talking to a friendly. Everyone that works there is friendly. got all ages, all demographics. Even my father came out of retirement. He's 79. He's a war veteran. You know, he's working there. You know, he just wanted to talk to people on the phone. So it's friendly people, and I think that's what resonated.
Yeah.
You know, especially I think during COVID, a lot of times we would get calls, and you know, the people would just talk to them because they didn't have anybody to talk to. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were willing to take our call because, you know, they're watching the news, it looked bad. You know, we'd call them up and have a conversation. And, you know, even my dad would tell me sometimes he'd end up talking to some lady for like an hour just because she was lonely. Yeah. You know, because there was no one to talk to. It was a sad time. But yeah, we've done a good job of helping people.
Yeah, that is amazing. You know, when I used to see those gold commercials and those silver, precious, whatever commercials, those silver, precious metal commercials, I used to think, oh, God, on TV, because they used to run a lot of them.
All the time, yeah.
A lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, do you got gold or we got gold?
Sure.
And it was, you know, and I used to, if some of those companies, I was like, I don't know, I don't trust that. You know, so is that a thing too, where some people, you know, you like.
They don't trust us at first?
Yes,
yeah,
like,
absolutely. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, go check us out. Mm-hmm. Go check out our reviews, call around, you know, get comfortable with the purchase.
So I'm assuming people have probably been scammed in in this gold industry.
Yeah, because
right?
it's unregulated. It's an
unregulated.
Unregulated industry. So there's companies out there that have charged commissions that I think are criminal, and they can charge these outrageous prices. But it's an unregulated industry. I hope someday they do come in and regulate it. It would be great for us. It'd be great. It'd be great for people because, you know, I do hear stories for people. They call us and they go, "Hey, I bought from this one, and can you look at my receipt?" And I go, "Oh no, you know, they really overpaid for a product." And so so that's been a big part of it. And I think that's a big reason why we've done so well is that we tell people that, hey, we're busy. Yeah. Do your research. You know, we know what we do, and you know, check out our reviews. Talk to some people, and if you like it, come back. And I think that kind of response resonates with people.
Yeah, because I used to think like. Some of them sounded a little sketchy on TV.
Sure.
A lot of them were a little sketchy. And I used to wonder, where are they finding this gold?
Yeah.
Where is this gold coming from? Show me where to go. Yeah. You know, I want to follow you around and see where this gold is. I'm going to follow you around for a whole day. I'm going to find this gold.
Yeah.
Who's digging for this gold? So, like these companies that so you source the gold from all over the world.
All over the world. The U.S. Mint is a source. There's a lot of private mints, silver from a lot of different places.
But these people are hiring people to go out there and search for gold, right?
Yeah, I mean there's definitely, so the way that it works is you have gold miners all over the world. Mm-hmm. Then they will send it to a refiner. Then the refiner will send it to a mint. And so those mints will either make bars or coins.
Gotcha.
And there's different types of and there's thousands of different products out there. What we really focus on is bullion, which has the highest weight and the highest purity.
Gotcha.
And that enables the consumer to get the best return. You can put Darth Vader on a coin, right? Yeah. You could put Mickey Mouse on a coin, and you'll charge a premium for those things, mm-hmm. right? And so there's a lot of that happening out. They'll put these, funky pictures, and they'll do all this stuff. We focus on the stuff that's got the highest weight, highest purity. We get it in volume, so mm-hmm. we can pass on the savings to clients, and then they're able to make money and get good returns. That's really the name of the game. And the other thing is we actually deal in the physical gold. And it's funny you say that. I am always a little worried about having gold and silver. Sometimes I go to interviews and I bring stuff, but I'm always a little concerned. I actually did an interview last week, and I went through the airport, and they pulled my bag out, and they were like, "Hey, what's this?" And I'm like, "Well, that's silver." I had to explain to the guy. He's like, "It's heavy." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm taking silver through the airport because I'm going to do an interview."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun that you're actually getting the real stuff. This is not like some stock or ETF. You're getting physical metal. Whether you ship it to your house or you want to store it for us, you're getting the real thing. And I think that's, in terms of investments, to have something you can hold that has value, that has true value is really important. And listen, they're using gold in all kinds of weird places now. I don't know if you've been to these steakhouses. They put 24 karat gold.
Oh yeah.
You've seen that? I mean, it's like,
what's that? It's that Salt Bay guy.
Salt Bay. He puts gold 24
gold flakes on
the
it.
steak. Yeah.
I saw in New York City, one of the restaurants, they had some gold flake fried chicken.
Yeah.
They
So
put
they'll charge
gold flakes on ice cream. $1,000.
Oh yeah, so that 24 karat. So I went to a steakhouse. They charged an extra like $30 or $40 for us. The gold they had on there was maybe $1, maybe $1. And so that's real. That's some real good marketing right there. You know what I mean?
So
it's $1 in value, and they were charging 30, but Salt Bay maybe charges 100, 500.
No, those steaks are almost. Some of those places.
They're charging like $1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah, for a steak.
To put gold to coat your steak in gold flakes.
Yeah.
And you telling me that most
maybe
of that
a
gold
few dollars,
is maybe a few dollars.
Few dollars, yeah. Yeah, no, that's the greatest markup in the world.
So people not really eating $1,000 worth of gold.
No, absolutely not. And I don't recommend that as
Have you
as
bought
an
any
investment.
gold flake food?
I bought. So we had a company trip. They had gold on the menu on the steak. I said I gotta just see what this is all about. I don't know.
And it has no taste.
It has no. I don't know what the point of it was.
It has no taste.
I don't know what the point of it was. But listen, I did it just to see what it was all about, and I'll never do that again.
Now I'm not going to
prefer
lie.
butter. I prefer butter.
I did pay a lot of money for a gold flake steak.
Uh-huh.
I was
just to see what it was
I
about.
was celebrating. My account went into overdraft. But I feel real fancy. I feel rich. I felt like royalty.
Yeah. When they came
I got gold in my belly right now. I felt like King Williams. I felt like I was somebody eating that gold steak.
Yeah.
And my account went into overdraft, and you mean to tell me that $1,000 steak was not really worth $1,000?
No, I wouldn't. I'd stay away from those. I mean, listen. You're having a fun night out. I mean, people do crazy things. They buy, bottles of champagne for $2,000. This and that. They buy the steak for $1,000.
If I would have known I was getting ripped off, I would have declined.
Yeah.
I would have told the bank. I didn't
make that purchase.
I didn't make that purchase. I did not make that purchase.
I didn't buy that cold steak.
This whole time I thought maybe they were spending a lot of money on the gold that they put on this steak and chicken and ice cream.
No, it's not. It's great. It's a great upsell. It's a great.
You know what? I would love to be a gold miner.
Yeah. It's tough.
Boss, man, we didn't find nothing. We didn't find nothing in that cave. It was nothing in there.
I put a metal detector on you.
It was nothing. Do they do that? They probably do that right.
Yeah. So some of the places we store, they have these devices, these metal detectors, and when you walk in, it will immediately knows how much gold you have in your body or any metal.
Wow.
So it can detect. Because I got a metal hip here, so it knows immediately, and you can see on the screen it shows I have a little metal.
Is it a gold metal hip?
No, it's not. It's
okay.
not. But so it knows I have it, and then when you leave, it knows that metal detector knows exactly what you got on your body. So if you walked in with a little metal in your hip, and then you walked out with a 24 karat gold coin, that sensor's going on.
I just want to come out the cave.
Just staying there with the gold.
I'm gonna dig a hole and I'm gonna do an underground tunnel. If El Chapo can do an underground, if he can create an underground tunnel, I can too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dig my way up out of here. Terrence is not coming out of that cave.
There's some guys with guns. You may want to be careful in this.
It's probably dangerous around the world.
Yeah, I go and visit our deposit. We have depositories in Texas and Delaware and Canada, and they know me. This place, I don't own it. It's owned by another company, which is. It's set up that way on purpose because we ship the gold there and it's stored for clients. So I wouldn't want to own it because it might seem like we're not separated. So even me going there, and I've sent them, billions of dollars in gold and silver. They walk around and watch me with I'm going to slip a 1 ounce gold coin in my pocket. They don't even trust me. So, you got to be careful in these places. So
what do you think about? So a lot of rappers they have the gold teeth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's the first thing that come to your mind when you see somebody with gold teeth?
Gold teeth. I always say this because I have a lot of people that are stockbrokers or clients, and I have a lot of living here in Los Angeles. I know sports agents. I know money managers.
Yeah.
I know this money manager. He manages a lot of wealthy clients. And he said, early on, you have these guys that get way too much money and it hits hard. And I always say, like, what about, you know, a little gold, like the real stuff, the stuff that I'm selling.
Yeah.
And, you know, the stuff that I'm selling, even though it's beautiful and it has value, it's not as sexy, you know, telling a guy that you got a bunch of gold bars at your house than when you have it on your body, or, you know. So I get it. Listen, everybody goes through their crazy phase where they blow a bunch of cash and, you know, it happens to all of us.
Yeah, a lot of my friends back in the day, they used to go to. This is when I was living in Oklahoma City. So at the flea market, it was a flea market. It was a guy at the flea market to sell gold teeth.
Gold teeth.
Yeah, we used to like a 10 karat gold. So we was like, wow, 10 carats.
10 carat.
10 carats. Yeah, we had a mouthful of gold. And then it messed your teeth up too. Your teeth all green.
All greened out.
All green and disgusting.
Yeah.
Your breath stink.
10 carats is kind of low too.
It is?
Yeah.
But see, we used to think that was a big thing.
Yeah, 10 carats,
10 carats?
is pretty low. Yeah, we're like, the products we sell are all 24 karat.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause that's like the highest purity you want to have.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to just show you a picture, but so one time I saw a $6 million gold coin. It was the size of a tire. A 24 karat gold, like literally this big. I mean, I haven't been shocked that many times in this business, but to see it was made by the Royal Canadian Mint, and it was just a gold coin like this.
Where is it
just
at? Like
all gold. I can't tell you where it's at.
Is it some museum or something?
No.
Put the ad right.
Yeah, you want me to write it right here?
Write it down right there.
No, I can't tell you where it's at. But I saw it.
I won't be able to carry it out.
Yeah. I'll show you a picture of it offline. But it's
no,
pretty,
show me where it's at.
Pretty. Oh, show you where it's at. Yeah.
Send me the coordinates.
Maybe I'm not going to show you a picture where it's at.
Yeah. Now, so you said the gold was as big as like a tire.
It was as big as a tire.
So you know, people used to put people still do it. Put gold on their rims.
Yeah. That I don't know.
Is that real gold too?
I don't think so. I don't think that's real gold either. Yeah, no. The only place you should buy the the coins and the bars from someone like us. And you sock it. It's sleepy money, right? Like, it's nice to have an investment that you buy and you forget about. Yeah. You know, we buy every quarter. My family. I buy. My kids all now have different little have setups for each of the kids. You know, I got one for the kid I like the most. You know, everybody likes one. Everybody likes one kid. I'm not gonna say who it is. Yeah. My daughter. And so you know what I mean. It's always set up that way. Yeah. She's got a little bit more gold, but you know, at the end of the day, like that's how you build wealth. You get some stuff and you just forget about it. Yeah. And then 10 years, 15 gold will be at $5,000 an ounce, which would be, you'd almost triple your money from where it is today. You know, I think silver is really affordable right now. Really, people sleep on silver. Everything.
Why do people sleep on silver?
I think silver, they sleep on it because gold has this, it's been around 5,000 years and it just has this kind of magical connotation to it. But really, if you look at industries right now, silver is the one that everybody, like all the electric vehicles, solar panels, all this stuff, the mics, it's all got silver. Yeah. Everything data driven
is as important as gold.
Yeah, silver, and it's a fraction of the price. It's like 80 ounces of silver is 1 ounce of gold, 81, 82 to 1. So it's just a great value. The problem with silver is like, it stacks up over time. Yeah. So it can get a little cumbersome, but if you store it in the right place, you'll be okay. But silver is a great value. A lot of our clients are buying a ton of silver right now. So I think gold's got that safety. Yeah. It's, central banks buy gold, but I think people should consider silver. It's a good value.
Especially gold and silver now with this economy. I mean, look at Biden.
I mean that's the thing
the current government.
Well, and I hate when they say there's no recession, but yet you talk to people today. You talk to business owners. 60-70% say things aren't going well. Regular Americans, tons of studies come out say they're not feeling good about things. So yeah, I mean, maybe the one stat is some of the unemployment numbers show a lower number, but if you really read between the lines, you look at how much inflation is really affecting people, and we know a lot of the good jobs are gone. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, unemployment's low because people are making minimum wage jobs or a little bit above that, but that's not a job that you can survive on. I mean, the jobs that people want making 60, 70, 80, 100,000, those jobs right now are not that easy to, people are not hiring those jobs. Tech companies are afraid. A lot of people aren't hiring. So I think the numbers that are coming out are misleading about how strong the economy is. I don't think is as strong as what, this administration wants us to believe.
Yeah, and I know like the people can like how do people protect their retirement with gold?
Yeah, so you can, a lot of people, since 1986, you could put gold, silver, platinum, palladium in your IRA, the real stuff, not an ETF, and I always tell people that what we do is for people that want control. If you're okay with having a financial advisor and doing all that, that's fine. But if you want to know what you own, like actual real gold, it's not a fund, you're not like a share of something, you're going to get real gold.
Yeah.
You're going to get real gold in your IRA. That's what you want. That's what we do. Now, the great thing about being the boss is that you're the boss, but the bad thing about being the boss is some people don't want to be the boss, right? They don't want to. So you got to really believe that I want to take control of my retirement. I got to have it for me. It's something that I'm going to be in control of. And we walk you through it, and we're there every step of the way. We do all the paperwork. Yeah. We ship the gold. We take care of it. We're involved. But it's for people that want that extra level of control. They want to know that what they bought is theirs. And even at retirement in their IRA, if they want to take possession of it, they can take that gold home, that silver home. It's theirs. They really own it. So it's for someone that has a little less trust in the system, and they want to know exactly what they have.
Got you. Now, let's say one day nobody can be reached at Noble Gold. Mm-hmm. People want their money.
Yeah, absolutely.
People want how like.
Great question.
How is it protected?
Yeah, so, I always talk to people about what happened during 9/11. During 9/11, the stock market was shut down for a few days. The physical gold market never closes. So people were still able to buy and sell gold. It didn't matter. You're buying a physical product.
Yeah.
Whether Noble Gold's around, it doesn't matter. We're shipping it to a depository. Everything's insured. Any loss, you're insured. You're covered.
So it's all insured.
It's all insured and protected. So you don't have to worry about whatever happens to us. We've shipped it. It's there. It's done. And we ship fast. We get the metals out quick. They're in your depository, or they're, if you want them at your doorstep, we'll ship them there. So any way you want to do it, you're in control of it. You don't have to worry about if anything were to happen to Noble Gold.
Got you.
And I set it up that way for a very specific reason, because I want to know, no matter what happens to us, that the client is happy.
Yeah. So the gold is sent to a
in the IRA. It's in a depository. But outside, if let's say you had 10 grand or 20, you want to buy some gold, we can ship it directly to your doorstep in a nondescript package.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell your driver what you got, but they'll come to the door, you'll sign for it, and you put it in your safe. So.
But it's scary having all that gold on you, though.
Well, you'd be surprised. I think it is, but then in some way, a lot of people feel more comfortable because they go, you know what? I got some money in the bank. The banks, they don't look so great. I got some money in the stock market. It's nice to have a little liquid wealth. Wealth that's not in your teeth or on your body. It's like real. This is, the gold and silver that I brought last week. I could go anywhere in the world, and I got money.
Yeah.
I'm liquid, and I think that is. I think people enjoy that.
Speaking of teeth, so I heard a story. I don't know if this is true, but someone told me a long time ago when people would have gold and they needed to travel. Now, I'm not talking about people with lots of gold.
Right.
Lots of, this may be a peasant. He just got a hold of a gold coin or something, some type of gold, and he didn't want to get robbed by some pirates. So they melt the gold down and put it in their back teeth.
Well, even not even that far ago. I mean, you go back. I talked to people recently that fled. Like I talked to someone that fled Iran. Iran was having a lot of problems, their banking system, and they left with gold. That was a big way for people to leave, because in a lot of these countries that the banking system is not that strong, the banks will literally make it so you can't get cash. So people early on would convert their money into gold, and then they'd flee to the U.S. or other countries. So it is a very common way for people to flee a bad environment, is they'll turn it into gold, and then they'll take it on their person anywhere in the world.
That's a good point you made. The banks will hold your money. They will. They can stop you from cashing out.
I mean, we're seeing it. We're seeing it all over the world. I mean,
but if it's in a depository, they can't hold it.
The depositories that we store are all private. They're not banks.
Okay, gotcha.
They're owned by a very large private company that's fully insured. They have no interest in holding anybody's metal. That's what they're there for. They also have very large insurance policies in place. It's very specific the way that we set it up, that we don't have it in a bank. you don't want to, people remember First Republic Bank and all these situations with
Yeah.
the banks this year where people were waiting in line. You saw those videos, people waiting in line for their cash. I never want to have our clients in that situation. So you definitely have the ability to get it at any time. We can ship anywhere in the world very quickly. The only problem with gold, when you ship it to some countries, have a tax. So that's the only thing you have to think about. But at the end of the day, if you want your gold, you pay the tax and you deal with it. You know what I mean? You want it. But some countries, they have a VAT in when you get gold shipped there, so you'd have to pay that if you want to get out.
So what do you think about crypto?
So I have a cryptocurrency trading platform called My Digital Money. I like crypto. I like the technology behind crypto. I think it's there's still a lot of things that need to happen to prove. I think the thing that everybody's waiting for is we know what Bitcoin can do. It's money, right? Bitcoin could replace currency, right? It's pretty straightforward. But the altcoins, which ones are going to prove to actually have use? Which ones are going to now? You saw the case with XRP. Looks like they're coming back out of this. People are excited about that. XRP can be used. The banks really like XRP. I think there's about 10 or 15 different. You talk about crypto, people freak out. They're dropping things. It's okay. It's okay. We're not. Is that the feds? No, but I think there's 10 or 15 cryptos that are on the right path to prove that the technology is going to work. That they can do something. Chainlink's one I like.
I like Chainlink too.
It's got some problems, but the idea of connecting networks, that strategy of making the networks connect faster and easier. One use for Chainlink that I like is, building a model. So let's say you want to get a car loan and you want to find out the cheapest rate. Chainlink can build a system where you put that out there into the world, and then daily you could get a response back and go, oh, I can get an auto loan for 8% here. I can get an 8.5% at this bank. Connecting all that data is very useful to individuals, right? We could save money. We can make better decisions. So I think there's like 10 or 15 cryptos. I mean, I could go on and on, but I think 10 or 15 have the ability to make it. And then I think the other 3,000 are just...
Text me those 15. I need to know. I need to know.
There's definitely some ones out there. And then, I just think overall, it'll really depend on how the government treats, are they... is the SEC going to continue to come down? How are they going to regulate things?
Do you think the government should regulate crypto?
Well,
will that make Bitcoin
more valuable? I think it would make it more valuable.
Yeah,
because I think Bitcoin has sort of proven that it can work anywhere in the world, and people and businesses are taking it and transacting business. So I actually, not that I love government regulation on anything, but I think in this sector, if they made it harder for some of these meme coins and these bullshit coins to come about, and you limited it to 15 or 20 coins that they really have test cases, I think the whole market would explode, and I think it would be great for crypto. So in this specific situation, I think it would be a good thing, because there are so many scams out there, unfortunately, that people have gotten taken advantage of. So many coins that have been created that don't have any use. So I think limiting that and creating a scope of the ones that really have a chance to make it. Obviously, companies start on the S&P and the NASDAQ and they go out of business too. So they may not all make it, but I do think that there is some that will survive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think Bitcoin will go to the moon one day.
Oh, I think going to 100, 200, 300,000. I think it's just.
I can see Bitcoin at $1 million one day.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we got a halving next year, 2024. So I think we're in the midst of a price move. But man, it's you gotta hang on to your shirt and your clothes with crypto, man. That volatility. You wake up, in the morning.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's down 15%. What happened?
I'm not going to lie. I woke up one day, I was down 60%. When when that big crash happened.
Oh yeah.
My stomach was hurting. I was laying in bed holding
crying.
my stomach.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lord, what am I gonna do? Oh no.
Yeah, it's
Oh, this coin.
yeah, it's like buying.
Did this coin just go to zero?
It's like buying. It's
yeah.
like buying penny stocks.
Yeah.
You know, in some ways,
was,
you
yeah.
know. But then I also think, you know, you look at XRP and you look at, you know, Ether and you look at some of these. So listen, for most Americans, people that are looking for safety, security, gold and silver, platinum, palladium, that stuff, it's going to be around. It's never gone to zero. The uses are growing. Gold. I mean, gold has so many. People aren't even aware. They're using it in heart monitors. A lot of cancer research are going to be using gold. You know, gold is a great metal for a lot of uses.
Don't tell people that. Because
Because
people are so greedy. People are going to be trying to
hoarding.
snatch somebody's heart out.
No,
to get gold. If you have a gold heart, do not tell
Yeah,
anybody.
don't.
Do not, because
Yeah.
people are crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
People are evil.
That makes me think of that Indiana Jones movie
Yes.
where he pulls his heart.
Yeah, people are absolutely crazy.
No, you're right. The looting is going on.
So the crypto company is called My Digital Money.
My Digital Money.
My
yeah.
Digital Money,
Yeah.
and then
and then Noble Gold.
and then Noble Gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, I love what y'all do, and thanks for. This guy sponsors my podcast. He's, you know, so I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
You helped me pay my automobile, my telephone bill. Oh, you pay for my Chick-fil-A the other day. That chicken sounds was good. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Not
as good as your chicken.
Huh?
Not as good as your chicken.
Yeah,
but-
not as good as my chicken. I got some good fried chicken coming out.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, man,
Yeah.
because a lot of people do not sponsor conservatives. You know, people who
That's
have
true.
voted for President Trump. You know, they just don't sponsor us. A
Yeah.
bunch of them, they just don't.
Yeah,
You know,
and a lot of censorship too.
They
and it-
cower to the woke ideology and, you know,
Yeah.
to the woke movement.
I believe in
And,
free.
yeah.
I've been one of the most vocal people out there. I've always supported influencers. I've been doing it for a long time. I believe in free speech, and I believe in different points of view, and I like different. You know, we've been on YouTube with influencers for a long time. Rumble, podcast. I mean, all these new platforms keep coming up, and I think a lot of it is media companies are just really afraid. You know, a lot of these middle management jobs are getting taken away because, you know, people like you are creating content that like is engaging. You know, people are
Yes.
engaged. They want to see what you're going to say. You're not controlled by anybody. You know, listen, you don't have to, if you're not interested in what I'm doing, you don't have to take me as a sponsor, right?
Right,
But
exactly.
if you were working for, you know, CBS or one of you'd have to take it, whether you like it or not. You could choose. And so that's why I've always believed in this platform. And so I'm excited to be on here, and I know you're going to get a lot of funnier, more interesting people on, but I'm excited to be here today.
This is great. He helped me pay my automobile, my telephone bill, so this is the greatest interview.
Yeah.
No,
you.
but I appreciate it because gold is really important, though.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, gold is really important.
We'll be around a long time.
It's going to be around.
Yeah.
You know, the government been printing money, taking people's money.
Yep.
But they can't take your gold.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, unless they know where it's at. How'd that go?
And I won't tell them. Don't worry.
You don't tell them. But man, thank you.
Thank you
for
Thanks
what you do.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being a true patriot.
Yep.
Thank you for helping millions of Americans too. And I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.